Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to put together a short video here real quick. I've had some people ask about ShareFactory that aren't necessarily used to doing their own editing. So if you've never tried it or if it's a little intimidating, it's not too hard. If you've done any video editing before with either Mac or Microsoft, then it's very similar to that. Probably been a little bit easier than theirs. So in this case we got a few different options. Video, which is what I'm about to work on. You can also do stuff with photographs that are taken from the game or even imported. Now you can do a lot of different stuff. You can create animated GIFs. You have your social media, of course, and you can import content now. So without further ado, let's get into this video. We're going to do something real simple, real short. So your first thing are your themes that you have to choose from. There's a whole mess of them that you can download free of charge that go back quite a ways, and then some of them are kind of just blank, so to speak, and this is the one I usually go with for anything Disney Infinity related, and this is going to be Disney Infinity related. So this is your main intro. This is your title screen if you choose to use it. This will be your outro, and that'll be your final ShareFactory. You don't have to use any of them, or you can use all of them. It's your choice. Just by clicking on them, they either stay or go. I'm not going to use the title screen, but I'm going to use the other three. Now, as far as video is concerned, I am going to go with the last Disney Infinity video I did, and I'm going to go with the last Killing Floor video that I did. Once you've selected the clips that you want, you're going to go and click the square button which says Start Project. You can rename it. No need to do that really though, so I'm just going to continue on. So there's your intro, and there's your clips. So what I'm doing in this video is showing the Disney Infinity toy box that I built, which was Zed Island, and I'm going to kind of do a side-by-side comparison from this to the actual map it's based on. So I'm just going to take some of the clips that I feel cover that, and we're going to shorten it down, of course. So you look at the bottom, you have your toolbar. The square is your main tools, which is what we're going to be using now. So I want to set it on split the clip, but before we go there, let's just go over some of these other ones. The time bender is going to allow you to make it go in slow motion or fast motion, and you can change it up or down 4 steps in either direction. Your trim clip is just that. You're not splitting it, you're shortening it or making it longer. Move clip, if you don't like where it is in the video, you can move it to a different spot. Delete clip, self-explanatory, it'll remove that clip. Cloning clips is the same thing. You can make a second copy of whatever it is you have in front of you. Zoom on your pan and zoom. This is pretty cool. Let's say I don't like that Disney Infinity logo in the corner. It annoys me. All I've got to do is zoom in and then pan down, and it's gone. Now you do lose a little bit of your screen, but if that's what you were after, was to get a cleaner shot, that's an option. In my case, I'm going to deal with it. Alright, so what I'm going to do right now is go to my split clip. I'm going to start right about here because I want to capture the plane wreck with the stuff smashed into the sand and dirt and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to leave that clip there. I just clipped it again. And now everything from here on in I'm going to start deleting until I get to another part where I kind of like... Let's see. I think we go right around. Oh, we're going to go a little bit more. I only want this thing to be maybe a minute, minute and a half long, so most of this video is going to be deleted. Alright, we'll go with that. Now you can go one notch at a time back, one frame at a time with your directional buttons. So you can get pretty precise, and then when you get where you want, hit that X button over there. That's going to ask you if you want to split it. Go to confirm, and yes. Now what I want is all this stuff to go away. This is garbage. Well, if you look on the bottom, the square button has garbage can next to it. It'll ask you if you want to confirm that. Yes. Now, a minute ago we talked about... Oops, excuse me. Got to back out. The trim. Let's say I made a mistake and I actually didn't want to cut it there. If I go to my trim, I can bring it back as far as I want, and all that stuff I deleted is back. Now we're going to go back to splitting again. Gonna confirm it. So there's another clip. Let's move ahead, see if there's some other stuff in here. Basically what I'm looking for are the things that were able to show the similarities. And I know there's a point in time here where I'm going to go under this bridge, and I kind of wanted to get that because they have a very similar bridge in the map. Now, of course, with Disney Infinity, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to split that one right there. So that shows you the boss and some of the enemies attacking you all at the same time. Again, that's pretty much what happens in the other game as well.
That's great.
Okay, so I'm going to go right back to where it blacked out. Trim it there. And the rest of this is probably just going to go away. I'm not going to bother with the rest of it. So now we're going to take... Alright, this is from the circus. I want to fast forward. Now you can scrub, which is when you go real fast, super fast forward, and that you use your D-pad for that with your thumb or your finger, and it'll go super fast. And then you kind of pause it when you get to the area you're looking for. Alright, so let me see. I know I did some of the same, where I got some key shots. See, in this game they have these pods. In mine we put some random weapon generators with the same basic idea that it gives you additional firearms or hopefully an upgrade. Okay, I'm going to use some. See, I didn't like the first part of this clip. It was boring. Nothing really happening. But I'll pick it up from here instead. So I'm going to split that off, get rid of the part that was there. And then we got some blowing up and stuff. Here we're going to look at that little bridgeway that I was talking about earlier right there. It's like EA, man, it's in the game. I might not keep that one, but we'll see. And again, just fast forwarding using the right stick here. Okay, here we go. This is what I needed. So here you see it. The plane's down. You got all that stuff strewn about and buried halfway into the sand. And let's just skip ahead now to the boss battle. Like I said, it's going to be a very short comparison. There we go. Gonna clip it off there. Gonna delete all that other stuff. Get a look at our boss, and then we'll bring it up to the final moments. meets his untimely death. And that's it. So now all I'm going to do is kind of move these things around a little bit so that they tell the story. So we're going to start out with the original. So what I'm going to do is back out. I'm going to go back to my tools, which is a square. And in this case I want to move the clips around. So I'm going to start with this clip, and then my left one I'm going to toggle it all the way to the beginning. So I'm going to go from the intro into that first clip, and then from there we're going to go into our clip, and then we got some fight scenes. So let's just mix that up a little bit. Is that the real deal? That's the real deal. Same thing, moving the clip in this case. And now we show some of the fighting going on there. We show some of the fighting going on here. Obviously Disney versus whatever company made this game, I can't even remember. It's going to be a little bit different though. So in this case we really don't need all these clips, so we're going to split, and we're actually going to just go straight to delete. Now I'm going to go back to moving them, and I think I got it right. I'm probably going to, let me see, I got that. Oh, that's what it was. Hold on, where is my bridge? Got that. Gotta move this over at least one. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out that here. So all I'm gonna do. Oh wait, is that it? No. I mean, it is, but it's not. So in this case, what I'm gonna do, let's take one of these earlier pieces. Right here, we'll say, go to the tools. I'm going to trim the clip, and all I'm going to do is bring it all the way out. And I'm only looking for one section. So now I'm going to go back, split it, starting right about here. Let's see. I want that gone. So there's the plane. You got all the wreckage in the sand. Okay, now I'm looking for kind of right there. Hold on, let's see if we got this. Just cut that up real quick. And let me see if there's anything else. So I'm trying to feature that little tunnelway there, because it's one of the key components to this map and its similarities. Close. Why didn't we go through? I thought I did. What happened there? That might have been it. Would have been nice if I had a shot of the volcano in both of them as well. I see it in the background of this one. Okay, we're going to get rid of the rest of that. Okay, we're going to move this. Again, going with the original into the Disney version. Going to move this one. So essentially it's going to be Killing Floor, Disney Floor, back and forth. And there you have it. That's about it right there. That's the whole video. Now, finishing touches. You can decide if you want to leave the live audio in, or if you want to silence it altogether. You can change the levels of the volume. Again, go into your tools, drop into clip volume, and then you can bring it up or down, and you can apply it to all of them if you want to. In this case, I'm going to leave everything the way it is. So one of the other things that you'll want to do, if you hit the X button, you see you've got the overlays, which is basically you can add your own titles to it, which in this case I'm not going to. You can filter, and when you go to filter, basically you have different effects. You can play around with that. Layout, if you wanted to do such a thing, as you can see the background is based on the theme we chose way back at the beginning. So when you choose a different theme, it'll have a different background to it, but you can kind of chop up your video in some artsy ways like that. Again, I'm not going to do that with this one. Edit transitions, or add, excuse me, transitions. That's something we are going to do. So in this case, I like to use this guy because it works perfectly with the theme. So we go from here, instead of a hard cut, he kind of flies you into the scene. Now, because of the type of video this is, and it's a comparison, that hard cut right there, where it just bounces right to the next one, I don't like that. So we're going to go to transitions. Instead of cinematic, we're going to go down to dissolves, but there's also wipes, and we'll look at those as well. So your crossfade is probably more accurate for this, because it blends one right into the other and shows the commonality. I'm just going to use that crossfade probably for most of this, all for the same reason. Now this is the how-to, it's not the final video, that'll put out separately. I'm going to add a transition again, crossfade. Now that clip right there is so short, it may have trouble taking a clip, transition. But it did. Now the other ones you can do, let's go to the wipes. You can have these bands kind of separating, going up and down. You can have it zoom in, you can have it implode, explode. I kind of like this because it's kind of leads you into the next scene. Pretty cool. And I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to my dissolves, my crossfade. And that's how it's done.
That's great.
A lot less bloodshed in that one. And finally, I like a fade to black usually at this point. Where is my fade to black? that it? Yeah. There's your outro. And there's your tag. That is almost the entire video now. The only thing I do want to do is, because it is a video, it's got a lot of different sounds and musics and feels to it. So if you put down an audio track behind it, it'll kind of bring it all together in one. So I'm going to add a track, which is track 2. Track 1 is vocal. Track 2 is vocal. I beg your pardon. Add music. That's what I was trying to say. And then from there you can either import your own music, or you can use the stuff that they give you, which the good news is with their stuff you don't have to worry about copyright infringements. So we'll go with that. And let's see. You can preview it. Alright, we'll go with that. Now, I can tell you this music plays really hot. Oops, went a little too far. Go back in. We're going to... where'd it go? Edit music. So we go back here, and in this case we definitely want to bring the volume down. And I usually run it at about 20% because it is so loud. And it overwhelms the rest of the audio.
Must be the cleaners they are.
Time's up. Go kiss Zed.
Okay, I'm actually going to bring it up a little bit more. I'll go about 35. Now, all those tracks aren't at the same level. Some of them are a lot hotter than others. Now you'll see this teal bar represents the music, which goes way beyond the video's length. All this is just dead space. We don't want all that. So we're going to clip it off, and I'm going to go right about the time it goes to the outro. So we go to our tools. We're going to do the same thing we did with the video, only this time we're going to split the music. So there's that. Then we're going to get rid of all that extra that we don't need. And then last but not least, we're going to fade it out for a nice effect. And I like to max it out at the 5 seconds it allows.
That's great.
Like so. And that, boys and girls, is how you use ShareFactory to make highlight reels of your favorite gaming moments. Whether you're going to post them on YouTube or you just want to save them for yourself to share with friends, it is one of the best features in the PlayStation. Mess with it, learn it. It is your friend, and you can make some really cool stuff with it. I hope this video has helped you in some small way, and if it has, do me a favor, click the like button below. If you're not already a subscriber, then go ahead and subscribe. If you're a Disney Infinity fan, you can join us on the PlayStation Network under the Communities tab. Infinity Ever After, the only active community for Disney Infinity. I'm telling you right now, the rest of them are dead. Alright guys, until next time, take care.